In the glowing heart of Zoreth's ancient forest, where bioluminescent vines twisted like living veins around towering crystal spires, the alien colony gathered for the full moon convergence. Kai, the alpha guardian of their hidden enclave, stood at the ritual center, his silver scales glinting under the dual moon's light. His people, shapeshifters bound by cosmic energies, celebrated the bonds that wove their fates together. But Kai's heart was a shadowed void. His first mate, lost to brutal raiders from the stars, had left him vowing never to risk such pain again. Ilara arrived late, her deep purple skin shimmering ethereally, her blonde hair cascading like golden waterfalls over her shoulders. As an Omega descendant, she carried the rare gift of empathic resonance, making her a beacon for potential mates. Her golden eyes scanned the crowd, landing on Kai with an inexplicable pull. The ritual began, chants echoed, energy swirled, and suddenly a psychic thread ignited between them. It was the fated bond and unbreakable tether of souls, flooding their minds with shared visions of passion and unity. Kai staggered, his blue eyes widening as Ilara's essence enveloped him. He saw her laughter in sun-dappled glades, felt the ghost of her touch on his scales. But memories of his lost mate surged, her screams echoing in the void. "No," he growled inwardly, clenching his fists. The bond pulsed, demanding surrender, but he resisted, his body trembling with the effort. Ilara gasped, her purple skin flushing a deeper violet as the bond's warmth spread through her. She approached him after the ritual, her blonde hair swaying with each step. "Kai, I felt it. We're meant to be." Her voice was soft, laced with wonder. She reached out, her fingers brushing his arm, sending electric sparks through them both. In that moment, their eyes locked and a romantic haze enveloped them. Kai's hand instinctively cupped her cheek, his thumb tracing the smooth purple curve, feeling the heat beneath. Their lips hovered inches apart, breaths mingling in a near kiss that promised intimacy beyond words, but he pulled back abruptly. "This can't happen," he said, his voice rough. "I've lost too much. I won't claim you." The rejection stung like a laser burn. Ilara's eyes filled with tears, but she held her ground, her independent spirit flaring. "Then leave me be," she whispered, turning away. Inside, the bond ached, urging her to pull him close, to explore the contours of his body with her hands, to lose herself in his embrace. Yet she walked away, the forest's glow fading behind her as the first seeds of resistance took root. As nights passed, Kai fought the pull, shape-shifting into beast forms to roam the woods. But Ilara's image haunted him, her purple skin under moonlight, her blonde hair tangled in passion. The bond whispered of intimate nights, bodies entwined, hearts sinking in rhythmic bliss. He resisted, but the destiny sparked. Ilara's habitat pod nestled at the forest's edge, a dome of iridescent alloy blending seamlessly with the glowing foliage. Heartbroken from Kai's rejection, she retreated there, the bond's torment a constant throb in her chest. Her deep purple skin, usually vibrant, dulled with sorrow, and her blonde hair hung limp as she paced the interior. "Why resist what the stars decree?" she murmured, replaying their near kiss, the warmth of his hand on her cheek. The promise of deeper intimacy. Flashbacks assaulted her. During colony gatherings, she'd caught Kai watching her, his blue eyes hungry. Once, in a shared hunt, their bodies had brushed, igniting sparks. She imagined what could be, his scaled hands exploring her curves, lips trailing fire along her neck, their forms merging in ecstatic union. But his words echoed, "I won't claim you." Determined to shield her heart, Ilara activated the pod's lockdown, the door sealing with a hiss. "I vow not to emerge until he leaves me in peace," she declared to the empty air. Outside, the forest hummed with life, but inside, loneliness crept in. She touched the door's panel, sensing Kai's presence through the bond, a faint echo of his guilt and desire. Nights brought dreams, romantic visions where he surrendered, pulling her close, his mouth claiming hers in a kiss that deepened into passion. She'd wake aching, her fingers tracing her own purple skin, yearning for his touch. Kai, meanwhile, prowled the perimeter, his resistance cracking. The bond fed him glimpses of Alara, her blonde hair splayed on pillows, golden eyes inviting. He left offerings at the door, exotic fruits, handwritten apologies on glowing leaves. "Forgive my fear," one read. He howled under the stars, a primal call laced with longing, hoping she'd hear. Alara pressed her ear to the door, his howl stirring her core. In a moment of weakness, she whispered back, "Why fight this?" Their voices intertwined through the barrier, building intimacy. She confessed vulnerabilities, her fear of rejection mirroring his loss. He shared fragments of his past, his voice husky with emotion. The conversations turned romantic. "I dream of holding you," he admitted, "of feeling your skin against mine." She blushed, her purple hue deepening. "And I of you," she replied, her hand flat against the door as if to feel him. Imagined scenes flooded her, undressing slowly, his eyes devouring her form, bodies pressing together in slow, sensual exploration. Fingers intertwining, breath sinking, leading to intimate caresses that built to climax. But resolve held. She wouldn't unlock. Weeks blurred, the bond intensifying. Alara's isolation deepened her self-reflection, her spirit unbroken yet softening. Kai's vigil became ritual food left with tender notes, howls evolving into songs of desire. The locked door, meant as a barrier, sparked unspoken romance, drawing them closer in spirit even as bodies remained apart. Destiny whispered that surrender was near, but resistance lingered. Kai's camp outside Alara's pod grew from a makeshift spot to a testament of devotion. Blankets woven from forest fibers, a small fire pit flickering with bioluminescent embers, he settled in, battling the bond's relentless pull. His silver scales itched with unfulfilled need, visions of Alara's deep purple skin and blonde hair tormenting him. Guilt gnawed. His resistance stemmed from fear, but it hurt her deeply. He left daily gifts, rare blossoms that glowed like her eyes, meals infused with aphrodisiac herbs to subtly remind her of passion. Apologies evolved into poetry, scrawled on leaves. "Your touch haunts my dreams, a fire I dare not feed." At night, his howls carried melodies of longing, echoing through the woods. Alara, behind the door, listened, her heart racing. The bond amplified sensations. She felt his warmth as if he were near. One evening, rain pattered softly. "Talk to me," Kai pleaded through the door. Alara hesitated, then replied, her voice muffled but intimate. Conversations flowed, childhood tales, shared laughs. Romance bloomed in words. "I imagine your lips on mine," she confessed, blushing. Kai's breath hitched. "And I, tracing every curve of your purple beauty." Their exchanges turned sensual. Kai described fantasies, undressing her slowly, his hands gliding over her skin, blonde hair wrapping around them like silk. Alara responded in kind, whispering of caresses, bodies entwining under stars. The door became a confessional, building tension without touch. She pressed her body against it, imagining his on the other side, heat transferring through the alloy. Loneliness weakened her resolve. Dreams intensified, romantic walks turning intimate, his mouth exploring her neck, hands cupping her breasts, leading to rhythmic unions that left her breathless upon waking. Kai, too, suffered shape-shifting to vent frustration, but returning to vigil. A breakthrough came mid-vigil. Alara slid a note under the door. "Your howls stir my soul." Kai responded by singing a lullaby from his youth, voice low and tender. She harmonized from inside, their duet a bridge of emotion. Intimacy deepened. They shared vulnerabilities, his trauma, her insecurities. "I fear losing you too," he admitted. Ilara's fingers traced the door, yearning. "Then why resist?" The bond pulsed, urging surrender. Kai left a lock of his hair, a symbolic offering. She held it close, inhaling his scent, igniting arousal. Imagined scenes. Passionate kisses evolving into lovemaking, her legs wrapping around him, cries of pleasure mingling with howls. Weeks passed, the forest changing seasons, but their connection grew. The locked door, once a symbol of separation, now sparked unbreakable threads of romance. Kai's guilt eased into hope, Ilara's heartbreak into anticipation. As storms brewed on the horizon, destiny inched closer, the vigil forging a bond stronger than fear. Thunder rumbled across Zorith's skies, dark clouds unleashing torrents that turned the forest into a symphony of chaos. Ilara's pod shuddered, lightning illuminating her deep purple skin as she huddled inside. Loneliness had eroded her resolve. Weeks of isolation, punctuated by Kai's vigil, left her craving connection. The bond throbbed, amplifying his presence outside wet, determined. Vulnerable. Kai huddled under a makeshift shelter, rain sluicing over his scales. His howls had silenced, replaced by quiet pleas. "Ilara, please. The storm mirrored his turmoil, fear of loss clashing with desire. Flashes of her blonde hair, golden eyes, fueled his ache for intimacy. Inside, Ilara's will cracked. She approached the door, hand hovering over the panel. "Why persist?" she called. Kai's voice raw. "Because I can't lose you without trying." Honesty pierced her. She unlocked with a soft click, cracking the door open. Rain slicked, Kai stood there, blue eyes stormy with emotion, their gazes locked, the bond igniting like lightning. Ilara stepped forward, her purple skin glistening. "Show me your fear," she demanded. Kai entered, dripping, closing the door behind. The space felt charged. He confessed, "I lost her to raiders." The pain. I couldn't bear it again. Tears mixed with rain on his face. Ilara's heart softened. She reached out, fingers tracing his jaw. "I'm here now." The touch sparked romance. Kai pulled her close, their bodies pressing in a heated embrace. Lips met in a kiss slow at first, tasting rain and longing, then deepening with passion. His hands roamed her back, feeling the smooth purple expanse while hers tangled in his wet hair. Intimacy built swiftly. Kai lifted her, carrying her to the soft bedding. Clothes shed like old skins, revealing forms aching for union. He kissed her neck, trailing down to her breasts, eliciting moans. Ilara's blonde hair fanned out as she arched, her hands exploring his scales, finding sensitive spots that made him growl. The storm raged outside, but inside they created their own tempest. Kai's mouth ventured lower, tasting her essence, her cries echoing. She pulled him up, guiding him into her, their bodies sinking in rhythmic bliss. Sensations overwhelmed. The slide of skin on scales, breaths mingling. The bond amplifying every thrust into ecstasy. They paused in afterglow, whispering endearments. "I was a fool to resist," Kai murmured, fingers entwined with hers. Ilara smiled, golden eyes shining. The door sparked this. But the night wasn't over. Passion reignited, leading to more intimate explorations, slow caresses, shared climaxes under flickering lights. As dawn approached, vulnerability sealed their path. The confrontation had broken barriers, forging an unbreakable romantic destiny amid the storm's fury. With the storm's remnants dripping from the forest canopy, Kai and Ilara lay entwined in her pod, the bond now a radiant hum between them. Her deep purple skin glowed against his silver scales, blonde hair draped over his chest like a golden veil. The surrender had been profound, raw honesty, leading to passionate mating that sealed their fates. Kai traced patterns on her arm, marveling at her beauty. I resisted for so long, fearing loss. But you've healed me. Elara smiled, her golden eyes soft. And you've shown me true strength in vulnerability. Their conversation wove romance, plans for the future, shared dreams of exploring Zorith's hidden wonders hand in hand. Intimacy lingered. Kai kissed her forehead, then her lips, the touch reigniting fire. They moved together again, slower this time, exploring with tender caresses. His hands cupped her face as he entered her, their rhythms syncing like cosmic pulses. Elara's moans filled the air, her nails grazing his back, drawing him deeper. Climax came in waves, bodies shuddering in unison. The bond amplifying pleasure into euphoria. In the afterglow, they shape-shifted together for the first time, forms blending in a dance of light, symbolizing unity. Emerging from the pod, the colony sensed the change. Whispers of their fated bond spread. Kai claimed her publicly during a gathering, his howl a declaration of love. Elara stood beside him, purple skin shimmering, blonde hair catching the light. Challenges arose, rumors of raiders, testing their resolve, but their connection proved unbreakable. Romantic interludes defined their days. Picnics in glowing glades where touches led to alfresco passion. Nights under stars, bodies entwining in sensual harmony. Kai learned to express desire openly, whispering fantasies that Elara fulfilled with eager intimacy. Elara's independence flourished within their bond. She led hunts, her spirit complementing his leadership. Together, they fortified the colony, their love a beacon. Intimate scenes deepened, baths in thermal springs, hands soaping each other, leading to heated unions amid steam. Quiet moments where vulnerability sparked anew, confessions turning to caresses. Years blurred into destiny. Children arrived, hybrids of purple and silver, blonde tufts crowning curious heads. Kai and Elara's story became legend. How resistance yielded to love behind a locked door. In quiet evenings, they'd recount it, lips brushing in remembrance. The bond, once resisted, now eternal. Proving true love conquers all, their romantic destiny sparked not just passion, but a legacy of unbreakable unity. Under Zorith's moons, they howled together, hearts forever entwined.